All is one reflections. If you can hear me, let me know in the chat. Go ahead and drop some honey pots as y'all come in. Get y'all's Bibles. We are going to be in John 15. Get your Bible app. Get in my Bible. How's everybody doing? Happy March. Let me send a message to a few more people to make sure they got it. Okay, perfect. All this one reflections. My name is Reverend Priestess Osun Kemibi, Ifakemi, aka the Soul Doctor, aka the Bone Lady. I am a natural medicine doctoral candidate, biomedical health scientist, root doctor, alignment priestess, and everything you need to get right, mind, body, and soul. Today, we will be diving into John 15. I know we've been talking about Psalms a little bit, but I wanted to switch it up because we are about to enter a new season. And as you guys know, spring is coming. A lot of good things are happening on spring if you are prepared and know what you're doing. And as you know, at the Orisa Hoodoo Institute, we want to make sure that everybody is prepared within their own personal prestige, power, and overall influence that they have to invoke the change and pop their shit. So, as you know, we are in March, okay? Um, Based off of the Orisha Hoodoo doctrine, this month is focused on the law of growth. If you would like to learn more about the Orisha Hoodoo doctrine, you can purchase Get Your Life by Reverend Priestess Osun Funke Iyanifa. You can also join my mentorship where I am training practitioners to understand Orisha Hoodoo as well as holistic hoodoo and get involved with the practice on a more intentional level. If you're interested in that, I am still accepting students for about 5 more days. If you are still interested, just find me on Facebook and send me a link. But that is basically, I might send me your interest and we can go from there. Um, but overall, that's where to say. Okay, so just to make sure everybody is aware, I'm just going to read a little bit from Get Your Life so you guys can have a full understanding. Okay, March begins the transition from the still, reflective energy of the winter into the vibrant, life affirming energy of spring. This is a month of renewal, growth, and grounding. The earth softens and begins to wake from her dormant state. nature comes alive again, and March invites you to reconnect with the nurturing presence of Mother Earth. Okay? So I spoke earlier about the law of growth. For those of you guys who don't know what the law of growth is, it's basically a metaphysical slash universal law that is rooted with the understanding of personal, spiritual, and overall growth for your well-being and the well-being of others. Okay, it talks about always being in action of continuous development and understanding, like, if you're not growing, you're dead, right? So as students, as practitioners in training, as practitioners, as priests in training, as priests of the Orisa Hoodoo tradition, we need to understand how this is applicable for our life right now. And I'm about to tell y'all because we are going to be in John. Okay, John 15. So just to clarify for a few people who may not know, this section was quoted by Jesus, and it's specifically talking about what it means to be grounded in spirit, what it means to be grounded within yourself, and what it means to be grounded in your practice. All is one. Oh, I did not greet y'all. That is rude. All is one, Ia. Let's see who else is here. Hello, Ia. Hello, my sister on the West Coast. I know it's early. Hello, my love. Hey, y'all. Happy March. Happy March. So good to see everybody. All the people here, all the family here. We're going to have a good Sunday. Amen and Ashe. So we are in John 15. Again, we are focusing on the law of growth as it is applicable to our life right now, as we enter March, as we enter this new aspect of training for some of us, right? Others, we are regrounding ourselves and resetting ourselves, right? So we are in John 15, and we are talking about what it really means to stay connected, okay? So I'm going to start it out. I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes so it will be even more fruitful. Already. Okay, let's get into it, guys. So, is laying out plain and clear what is going on. Okay, in order to be true to yourself, children of diaspora, a royal priesthood, chosen people, okay, chosen generation. We know where our help comes from. We know who we are. We have established that. That's what we spent January and February doing, right? Now we are expanding that growth. Now we're really putting that into action, okay? Meaning that there is no room for misalignment at this point in time right now, because that's where dis-ease, disorder, and just bullshit start to occur, right? So when we're understanding our true connection with our spiritual court, with our Ori, with our Ogungun, with those that walk with us, we understand that even with them, you got to walk a certain way. You got to carry yourself a certain way. That's why some things need to be removed. That's why some people have to be removed. It's not punishment. It's not anything of ill will. It's pruning. Okay. We see this all the time when we take a spiritual bath, right? Getting ourselves in alignment. We see this when we're doing cud cordings, cutting out the bullshit in our life that doesn't serve us, those energetic connections, right? We cleanse, we cut cords, we're releasing old energy, dead weight, okay? And understanding as we go up, as we elevate, we can't take everything and everyone with us, starting with things that don't align with us. And it's O'Shea Obatala. So as we climb up this mountain to elevation, okay, to spiritual alignment, with the support of our Gungun Ibasheo, we understand that we got to prune a little bit. Okay? Keep me in order. Exactly. That's exactly what we talked about last time. Exactly. Ibasheo, Gungumi, Ibasheo, Iparisha. So we understand even when we grow herbs, we're pruning. Okay? Basil, when you don't prune, it gets like weak and leggy, right? When you don't do it with a tree, right? It stops producing the strong fruit. The same applies to our bodies. Fasting, detoxing, right? Rest. Those are ways that pruning is established. Okay? Pruning our altar, our personal altar, our first altar, from things that don't serve so they can function better. It can function better, okay? Because remember, our body is also a machine. And then understanding also our body has programmed cell deaths, right? Within this, our cells make way for healthy ones after pruning the damaged cells. Okay? If the cells refuse to die when they should, that's when dis-ease and disorders occur. Inflammation, cancer. Okay? So understanding spiritually, because all is one, what it looks like when we don't let go of the things that we should. The baggage, the stagnation, the illness, the dysfunction, the disorder, the dis-ease. Okay? The law of release can help with this. Serving what is no longer meant to be here, especially because spring is coming up. Spring cleaning, anyways. Get your house in order, right? Then moving on to verse 3. And if you guys feeling what I'm saying, put some flowers in the chat, because I know I'm preaching good. Okay, so verse 3. You are already clean because of the word I have spoken to you. Remain in me as I also remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself, and it must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me. Now, this goes back to understanding where our help comes from. This goes back to understanding who we are as children of the diaspora. This goes back to understanding who we are as a royal priesthood, as a chosen generation. Our grandmother's prayers have carried us this way, this far. Our ancestors' work and effort have brought us to this point. Still sustaining, still popping our shit, still literally building and innovating the world since the beginning of time, and still. So understanding that staying connected to source means that you don't have to try to prove to be something you're not. You don't have to try to show out unnecessarily. Being connected to source means that ego is not here. Being connected to source means being connected in community. If you don't have a community, you can join our private community at learnorishahoodoo.com. I will post a link now. There you will have access to several priests, practitioners, and students within the practice, so you can establish yourself and get right. You can also have access to our mentorship programs as well as our free community rituals that we do monthly, and gems from our Ianifa. I am posting that link right now. So if you're watching this now, later, or whenever this blesses your heart, you will understand that this really is a practice that is done in community, because we don't do lone witching at all. Melanated people are not meant to be alone. We are communal. Okay. So that's more information on that. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Good morning. I see the effort, Charity. I see the effort. I see it. But it's a sunflower, so it still counts. Oh, yeah. I know I am. I know. So going back to understanding that when we are all connected, when we are all moving with who we need to move, I got you, girl. We understand that all is one. We say that all the time. And just to clarify, when you hear me or my sisters or my godmother or some of the other practitioners here, when we say all is one, we're not just greeting you, we're not just saying hello, we're recognizing the spirit within us and each other, because we are all reflections of each other, all living a shared experience, pop on our shit, just how the ancestors intended. Okay? So understand in this, when we are connected to source, we are connected to community. You are connected to your spiritual core. Easiest way to get that is to literally get into the practice. Some of you guys are starting to experience your gungun in a new way because you started to take your studies more seriously, because you're building up your spiritual endurance to understand your altar as a portal, to talk to the people, to the spirits that want nothing more than to push your bloodline forward. Okay. Understanding that being consistent in spirit is also part of staying connected. Okay. When you plant something, you can't just uproot it, right? It won't last, it won't grow, it won't give you anything if you always just picking at it, removing it from its environment, not watering it when it needs to, not speaking affirmations, not making sure it gets the vitamin D via the sun the way it needs to. The same applies to you. You can't just keep moving in a way that isn't in alignment with your journey. You cannot walk this path physically and spiritually without having a solid foundation. Okay? And being connected to the source itself, the earth physically, through like eating whole fruits and taking what you need to take, but also walking outside. Literally walking outside, melanated people. Your melanin cells protect you. Not only from harmful rays, but also they help with immunity. Okay. So understand that your body is designed to thrive through constant nourishment, through not making yourself weak unnecessarily through stress or through bullshit. Same way spiritually. Okay. Moving on. I'm the vine and you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you will do nothing. Again, he's not saying some fruit, he's saying much fruit, many. Okay, this is what happens when you stay connected. Okay, a branch don't struggle to produce fruit. Okay, it stays attached to the vine. The vine provides the power. It's the connection. Okay, it's connection, allowing the flow, allowing source. Okay. Walk in. Okay. Get it. I don't know when you said this, but it applies to everything. But understanding the alignment that we have with our prayer, because you understand our prayers have to match our heart. Understanding that you don't have to force alignment. You don't have to force health. You don't have to force things that should flow naturally. Not saying building your spiritual endurance ain't gonna take a little minute. I'm not saying that. Because remember, that's the work that you need to do to sustain yourself. I'm saying when you know and feel and are experiencing aspects of disorder, dis-ease, that is where the alignment needs to be reshaped. That's when the connection to source needs to be reevaluated. That is when you also need to check in with your body. Our body is usually the first instances to let us know how we moving and what we need to change. Okay? Our nervous system works through connectivity. Okay? Don't stress yourself out unnecessarily, Black person, Black woman, Black man, Black child, melanated people, children of the diaspora. Flow. Okay? And if you don't know how to flow, you're getting in community. You're joining mentorship. Thank you. Moving on to the next one. If you do not remain in me, you are like a branch that is thrown away and withers. Such branches are picked up and thrown into the fire and burned. Disconnection leads to destruction. Disconnection leads to dis-ease. Disconnection leads to disorder. Disconnection leads to destruction. Disconnection leads to dis-ease. Disconnection leads to disorder. Disconnection leads to disorder. Disorder. Disconnection leads to disease. Disconnection leads to just bullshit. Okay. Type of honeypot if y'all understand. If that's sticking. If y'all biting up. And sometimes it will take that, right? Sometimes it will take the time necessary for you to learn what you need to learn. So when you get to community, when you get to a space where you're ready to study, where you're ready to grow, where you're ready to really do the things that you need to do, the disconnection is removed. The disorder, the deceased, right? Hello. Asheo. Come. Cool. Good. Good. So, if you do not remain in me, you are like a branch that is thrown away and withers. Such branches are picked it up, thrown into the fire, and burned. When you stop doing what you need to do, when you stop doing what you need to do, I'm smiling right now because there's actually um just a different connection that I had to understanding what a weakened branch looks like from not taking care of yourself. Ifa actually commands us to take care of ourselves spiritually and physically. Okay. Ifa actually speaks to being weak like a branch that withers when you do not take care of yourself spiritually and physically. First, that speaks to the power of connection of the Holy Odu and the Bible. Yeah, but also understand our ancestors knew what the fuck they was doing. And we've all been there at a point where we need to get right. We've all been there in a point where we weren't in alignment. Just like going to the mechanic, get, them tires realigned or, that oil change. Spiritually, that needs to occur as well. It needs to occur consistently too, especially if we are working and moving and aligning with spirit. So when we're understanding our upkeep of our connection, we understand that we are praying at our prayer times. We are understanding that we are heeding to the tools and technologies that we've been given, whether it be through class, through right now, through O'Shea service, through the several resources that we have in our private community at learnerishahoodoo.com, through mentorship, my priestess, who's also a root doctor. Also understanding the general connection that needs to be had. Okay. So understanding when we are, again, moving with spirit, we are not allowing disorder, dis-ease, and bullshit to be present. Okay. And let me clarify something. And actually, let me make sure that I quote this properly. This was from Reverend Priestess Osun from Iani Fam. When understanding when we are in this life, what that means for us, when we understand in this life how we are supposed to move, when we understand how we are supposed to just get right. Okay, I can't find it right now, but in the app, I'm gonna find it again and let me try it. Wait, let me look one more time. Y'all, I was on the wrong channel. Give me a minute. Okay. Okay. So I'm just gonna read a short excerpt. If you want to know the rest of what she said, you're just going to the app. That's just it. So basically, being in this life doesn't mean that your life will be perfect. It means that you will handle situations perfectly. It means that come what may, you'll be provided for and protected. Okay? That's a direct correlation to understanding what it means to be connected to source. That's a direct correlation to what it means to be in alignment. Okay? So again, not saying shit won't occur, not saying that life won't happen. What I'm saying is you will understand how to move properly and effectively. You will understand how to really get going what needs to get going in your life. Divination is an excellent way to do that. If you don't know how to divine, you're getting divinations from a priest within this practice that you trust, like an alignment priestess, yours truly. Understanding that it means to really be one with your spiritual court, be one with your Ori, and be one with your journey. Okay. Moving on to the next one. If you remain in me and my words remain in you, ask whatever you wish and it will be done for you. Ayo. This is to my Father's glory that you bear much fruit, showing yourselves to be my disciples. Okay, so back I think in January, it was either in January or December, I told y'all how you're supposed to be dressed when you are aligned with spirit. You're supposed to become a certain way. You're clothed in things like Iwa Pele, for example. If you don't know what that is, you're joining my mentorship or you're going back to that video. Understanding that whatever you desire, it will be yours. Ifa promises us a life of blessings right now. We don't have to wait till we die to get there. We don't have to wait till we die to be blessed in the way, whatever way that looks like for us. We don't have to. But that also means we have to move in alignment to receive our blessings thoroughly. Okay? We're making sure that we really mean what we say when we are praying. This means that we are really moving how we need to move. So again, you're not praying for one thing, but moving like you don't have faith, which you just prayed for. You're standing confident, you're standing firm, you're standing true to yourself. If you don't know how to pray, I have a prayer class. It's free. I don't know how much longer it'll be free, but it's free for right now. This is going to help you to get right. This is going to help you to get in order. This is going to help you get what you need to do for yourself so you can stay connected to source, so you can pop your shit, and so you can do what you came here to do. This month, we are focusing on the law of growth. We are pruning out the bullshit that doesn't belong to us. Disorder, dis-ease, disagreeable energy. We are standing confident in our path. We are staying true to ourselves. If this video, this service, has touched you in any way, please like, comment, and share this video. You may also send me a love donation. Okay? The OG Flower Child. Law of energy exchange. I'm screaming. Nah, but for real, I appreciate all of you guys being here. I appreciate you guys taking the time to understand the Bible in a new way so you can apply it to yourselves. If you would like more direct training about how to apply the Bible within your life, I'm still accepting students for mentorship. Join the link in the comments. I want to just remind you all to walk outside, sit in the sun, pray to your gungun, your benevolent, elevated ancestors, and to just pop your shit. All right? Remember, everything's okay with Dr. Okay. Until next time, peace. Black the River.